Many elections that happened in the first half of 2024. Many others are scheduled in the remaining month. How do you think, what steps do you think that major tech companies and social media platforms can take to ensure practical and ethical use of AI in the upcoming elections? And what lessons they can learn from previous elections to make sure that, they are better equipped going forward?
So I think first and foremost, social media companies as well as AI creators. So whether we're talking about Meta, WhatsApp, Instagram, or AI creators, OpenAI, Microsoft, Google, others. I think first and foremost, in a country like India or in other countries, non-English speaking countries, they need to have much stronger mechanisms for detecting fake news, misinformation, disinformation, misuse of AI in non-English languages. So in Hindi, in Urdu, in Devangari, in Arabic, in Malay, the social media content moderation rules and misinformation, disinformation is far better within the English language. In India, who is speaking in Urdu or Hindi or another language, it typically takes much longer if such a video or such a piece of content or writing is in another language. They find that tech companies, AI creators, social media companies have found it much harder to quickly identify and take it down. Sometimes it remains up for days or weeks, or sometimes never gets taken down. So I think that's a big one when it comes to elections, especially in developing countries or in countries where English is not English. And when I say English, I mean especially non-Latin based languages. So you have Spanish and French and all, which are still European, Roman, Latin languages, which have the same alphabet. I mean, languages which have a completely different alphabet and a different script from English and Latin or Roman languages. So I think that's one big area that social media companies, AI creators need to come up the curve, is on ensuring they have the right content moderation and safety ethical standards for non-English languages. I think that's a big area of improvement. We've heard this from scholars and academics and digital rights activists. That's one. Another is obviously there are already some protocols in place for how AI tools can be used. So OpenAI, Google, Anthropic, others, they have rules as to you cannot use it to generate content that is filled with like hatred or racism or so there are certain issues which they will say we will not, even if you ask us to generate a photo or video content, we will not do so. So I think there are some ways in which such mechanisms and procedures can be improved. So I think that's another area of improvement. As I said, we're all in early days of understanding these tools and learning how to regulate them. But I think those are two big areas: non-English speaking, content moderation, AI recognition, and also the use. You should be able to create AI content in non-English languages. That is still an area where there's big gaps. We're not able to create content in non-English languages as powerfully or as easily as we can in English. So we need to have non-English language, as I said, Hindi, Devangari, Punjabi, others. And then second is to ensure that we have the right standards and the right red lines in place as to how AI tools cannot be used in elections, but a fine balance between that and allowing speech to occur. So I think these are two big areas